How do you define a linear equation? Imagine trying to describe a straight line on a graph with just a simple rule. That rule is what we call a linear equation. It is an algebraic statement where each variable is only raised to the first power. This means no variable is squared, cubed, or inside a root or exponent. The highest power of any variable in a linear equation is always 1. Think of an equation like two expressions being equal, connected by an equal sign. In a linear equation, the variables are combined with constants through addition, subtraction, or multiplication by numbers, but never through powers greater than 1 or division by variables. For example, if you see an equation like 2 times x plus 3 equals 7, that is a linear equation in one variable. The is only to the first power, and the equation is straightforward to solve. Linear equations can involve more than one variable. For example, in two variables, an equation like x plus y equals 5 is linear. When you plot all the pairs of x and y that satisfy this equation, they form a straight line on the graph. This shows how one variable depends directly on the other in a simple, predictable way. The general form of a linear equation with many variables looks like this: a 1 times x1 plus a 2 times x2, all the way up to a n times n equals a constant. Each is a fixed number, and each is a variable that appears only to the first power. The constant on the right side is just a number. In the context of systems of equations, you often work with multiple linear equations at the same time. The goal is to find values for the variables that make all the equations true at once. This is useful in real life when solving problems that have several conditions, like balancing budgets or planning routes. Understanding what makes an equation linear is key in algebra because it helps you see the relationship between variables clearly. When you graph a linear equation, it always makes a straight line, which makes it easier to visualize and solve. So, to sum it up, a linear equation is one where variables are only to the first power. No variables are multiplied together or inside roots or exponents. And when you graph it, you get a straight line. They can have one or many variables, and they form the foundation for understanding more complex algebraic concepts and systems of equations.